Saturn is more terrifying than we thought. From a distance, Saturn looks like the most beautiful planet in the solar system. It hangs in space like a golden jewel, surrounded by rings so perfect they almost seem artificial. For centuries, those rings made Saturn feel elegant, peaceful, and almost unreal, as if it belonged more to a painting than a dangerous universe. But the closer we look, the more that beauty begins to change. Saturn is not a calm world. It's a giant planet with no solid ground. Violent winds, strange storms, deep layers of crushing pressure, and an atmosphere that becomes more hostile the farther down you go. Its rings are not smooth bands, but fields of ice and rock moving at incredible speeds. Its moons hide oceans, geysers, and chemistry that may be connected to the search for life. What makes Saturn terrifying is not only its size, it's the way it hides danger beneath beauty. From far away, it looks delicate. Up close, it becomes one of the strangest and most extreme worlds humans have ever studied. The first thing that makes Saturn unsettling is that there is nowhere to stand. Unlike Earth, Mars, or the Moon, Saturn has no true solid surface. It is a gas giant made mostly of hydrogen and helium, with deeper layers that become hotter, denser, and more crushing as you descend. If a spacecraft tried to enter Saturn, it would not land, it would fall. At first, it might pass through the upper atmosphere surrounded by clouds and haze, but as it moved deeper, the pressure would rise, the gas would grow thicker, the temperature would climb. Eventually, the environment would become so extreme that the spacecraft would be crushed, melted, and vaporized before ever reaching anything like a surface. That's the horror of Saturn. It does not kill with one sudden impact. It destroys slowly by surrounding you with more and more pressure until matter itself can no longer survive in a familiar form. A rocky planet gives you a ground. Saturn gives you depth. And the deeper you go, the less anything human makes sense. Saturn's rings are the reason most people love the planet. From Earth, they look smooth, clean, and delicate, almost like a perfect disk. But that view is misleading. The rings are made of countless pieces of ice and rock, ranging from tiny dust grains to larger chunks, all racing around Saturn under the control of gravity. Up close, the rings would not look like a flat decoration. They would look like an enormous moving system of debris. Every particle is in orbit. Every piece is traveling fast. A spacecraft passing through the wrong region could be damaged or destroyed by impacts from material that looks harmless from far away. Cassini revealed that Saturn's rings are not static. They are shaped by moons, gravity, collisions, waves, gaps, and constant motion. Some moons carve paths through the rings, others create ripples and disturbances. The rings may look calm from a telescope, but they are a dynamic and dangerous environment. Their beauty is real, but it is not gentle. One of Saturn's strangest features is the enormous hexagon at its north pole. This is not a shadow, not a camera mistake, and not an illusion. It is a persistent six-sided pattern in Saturn's atmosphere, large enough to contain Earth inside it. The hexagon was first seen during the Voyager mission and later studied in more detail by Cassini. Scientists believe it is connected to a powerful jet stream and atmospheric motion near the pole, but the exact reason it remains so stable and so geometrically strange is still fascinating. On Earth, storms are chaotic. They swirl, break apart, move, and fade. But on Saturn, the atmosphere created something that looks almost designed. A giant six-sided storm pattern sitting at the top of a gas giant. That is what makes it disturbing. Natural forces do not have to look random. Under the right conditions, a planet can create shapes that look impossible, even artificial, while still being entirely natural. The hexagon is a reminder that Saturn is not just beautiful, it is deeply alien. Saturn's atmosphere is filled with motion. It has bands, jet streams, storms, and lightning. Some of its wind can reach incredible speeds, far beyond the strongest winds on Earth. The planet spins quickly, completing a day in about 10.5 hours, and that rapid rotation helps shape its atmosphere into bands and storms. Every so often, Saturn produces massive storm systems known as Great White Spots. These storms can grow so large that they wrap around much of the planet. From Earth, they may appear as bright eruptions in Saturn's atmosphere, but up close, they would be planet-scale weather disaster. There is no land to slow these systems down, no mountains, no oceans, no continents, just deep atmosphere, rotation, heat rising from within, and winds moving across a world that has no true surface. Saturn is not just being warmed from the outside by the sun, it is also glowing with the memory of its own creation. That makes the planet feel even stranger. Saturn would already be terrifying on its own, but its moons make the system even more mysterious. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, has a thick atmosphere, methane rain, rivers, lakes, and seas. It looks like a distorted version of Earth, except its liquid is not water on the surface. It is methane and ethane under an orange sky. Then there is Enceladus, a small icy moon that sprays jets of water vapor and icy particles into space from cracks near its south pole. Those geysers suggest there may be a global ocean beneath its frozen crust. That hidden ocean could contain chemistry important for life. This means Saturn's systems is not just a planet with rings. It is a miniature world of mysteries, a gas giant with deadly depths, rings made of moving ice, a moon with alien weather, another moon with a hidden ocean. Saturn is not terrifying because it's empty. It is terrifying because it is too full of things we did not expect. Perhaps the most dramatic moment in Saturn exploration came when NASA's Cassini spacecraft ended its mission by diving into the planet. After years of studying Saturn, its rings, and its moons, Cassini was deliberately sent into Saturn's atmosphere in 2017. Cassini's final mission was to enter the atmosphere and keep sending data for as long as possible. Then, Saturn destroyed it. That final dive is more than an ending. It was a reminder of what Saturn really is. Beautiful from a distance, but impossible to survive up close. Saturn is more terrifying than we thought because its beauty hides a violent reality. Its rings are not smooth decorations, but fields of orbiting ice and rock. Its interior has no surface, only deeper layers of gas and fluid that grow hotter and more crushing until no spacecraft can survive. The entire Saturn system feels like a beautiful trap, stunning from far away but full of danger, mystery, and environments unlike anything on Earth. Saturn is not frightening because it looks monstrous. It is frightening because it does not. It looks peaceful. It looks graceful. It looks like the jewel of the solar system. But beneath the rings and golden clouds is a planet with no ground, no mercy, and no place for anything human to survive. The most beautiful planet in the solar system may also be one of the most terrifying.